Welcome, Kerbalats, to another exciting episode of Kerbal Space Program. Let's take a quick peek at our mission, see here we got going on. We have one mission here that's just looking for some objects that we could possibly visit someday, maybe. We have another mission that's at Duna over here. It looks like this mission doesn't really have great satellite coverage. I think we're approaching, but not quite, to a good Eve transfer window, if I remember right. Hang on one sec. Always a trick is to get the right angle. So our destination is Eve, and actually we are pretty much bang on the optimal Eve window. So we're going to launch a mission to Eve. Right now. Why not? We still have the Exploring Eve contract. Bring Duna Stone back. Yeah, this will be fine. Let's go ahead and fly our Eve mission, just stock. It'll be fine. Well, we've actually gained some science, so we're going to do some slight tweaks to it, which will help us to do that much the better. Okay, so let's load up an Eve mission, and this time actually send it to Eve. Eve flyby. I say flyby, but it's really going to be a long-ish term orbiting platform. So we have one new science, which is the gravitation detector, which we're going to get a lot of hits on in Kerbal orbit. Otherwise, this should be fine. What kind of crew do we have? We have a scientist and a pilot, and that's it. Well, I guess we need to kidnap some more Kerbals. We don't have an engineer, and that just seems wrong, being an engineer myself. We will save the vehicle, though. Let's take a mission to go rescue somebody. You know what? We have a pilot and a scientist. We just want to get a third person. We're going to rescue this person and then take him to Eve. This is going to be fun. Okay, let's do this. Same exact thing, except for we are going to rescue them first. Eve flyby. It's a little expensive, 120, but I mean, that's not much. We got our astronauts, and we are looking good. Let's do it. Let's do this. I forgot to transfer. We're going to put you in here. Whoa. Let's deploy all except for the EVA, and we're going to check in our science lab. And then collect all. These ones we will keep. Collect all. Okay, let's take a quick peek. Let's see where our... yeah. Oh, we're over here. It's not really the optimal window, so let's just fast forward a little bit. There we go. Let's do this. Okay, let's do it. Oof. Collect all. Let's go ahead and deploy all except for the EVA. Check this in our science. Collect all. Collect all. So, as I recall, we need to basically go straight up with this thing for a little bit. Trying to steer it with the solid rockets is difficult. We will try for a little bit. Yeah, we're not getting much luck. In fact, we're just gonna let this thing spin. Spin, baby, spin. Okay. Let's turn the stability control on, and we're going to try to level this out. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, kill it. Turn off stability control. Deploy all, keep. It's interesting that this one piece is so much closer. Turn back on stability control, not RCS though. Okay, well that was exciting. We're mostly outside of the atmosphere now though, so this is fine. We are going to be at a little bit more of an inclination than I like, but actually we're not going that fast, so it's okay. It'll be fine. 23 seconds, so yeah, it's okay. We're still going up. Definitely not the best launch I've ever done, but not the worst either. And our thrust to weight ratio should be going up, so yeah, we're already at 300 or so. Our time, we're high enough where I'm going to switch this a little bit. We're going to try to stay locked on here. We still have almost enough to reach orbital velocity. We're not going to because we're losing some to air drag and some to gravity drag. But we're doing okay. Oh, this is actually pretty good. We're going to be really close. Set as targets. Okay, we can level out a little bit more. $44. Okay, this is good. This is exactly where we want to be. Just slowly, slowly rising. It'll rise a lot at the last little bit. We need to level out more. Let's go ahead and roll this to a more appropriate manner. Okay. Looking okay. We still haven't quite hit 70 kilometers, which is excellent. I'm just going to let the stage burn out. And yeah, and we'll still be a little bit behind, which is exactly where we want to be. Good. Okay. We're near orbital velocity. Let's get this pointed right on the horizontal. And we're getting closer to the intersection. I'm hoping that we're going to maintain it. Deploy everything except for the EVA. Let's check it in science. And then keep this one. Got that booster stage, which will be falling back down to the ground sooner or later. Let's hold off for a bit. We're actually going to be really close over here. That's fine. Let's not target. We still need to get to our orbit. Yeah, it's too high of a relative speed. Even though our position's going to be close, we're going to do better by lowering this relative speed gap. Let's hold off the burn. We've basically got orbital at this point in time. Distance is actually going down at this point in time, and the relative speed is dropping. This is excellent. I mean, 20 kilometers is still too far to do much. We still have a high ascending node. We're in orbit now. Yeah. So, we need to correct for this. We're going to add a maneuver here that will fix the descending node. Let's go to right about here. I'll have it right there. Good. Warp to next maneuver. Okay. 50 meters per second is a lot. And we are just behind it, which is actually not that great. Well, let's get our maneuver target. Oh, whoops. We need to deploy some solar panels. Yep. At least we're in sunlight, so this won't be too bad. Okay, we got some maneuvering. Let's see if we can get pointed correctly. Okay. Got the burn almost right on time. I'm going to kill this. And I'm just going to focus on this descending node, and we're going to stop it once it gets close. So we're getting further away. Okay. Let's do a maneuver right here. It slows us down. And then oh, where's that 1.1? Right there. Perfect. Sweet. Let's go ahead and point the correct direction, which is down. Okay. Warp to the next maneuver. Please and thank you. Relative speed will still be fairly high there, but that's okay. Let's just keep going. Why can't we... do this? I don't know. Warp. Please, no. Okay. Whatever. We'll just... manually count it down a little bit. It'll be fine. Okay, let's just manually chalk this in. Okay, that's actually probably fine. Our relative speed is increasing at this point in time, even though our min distance is decreasing. So we're going to warp to about here. And then I'm going to switch this to target tracking mode. Oh, sweet. We're almost perfectly lined up there. So that min distance is how far away? Wait, what? Hang on. This just seems a little bit off to me. So we're going to load back in here. Okay, let's check out the map. And 47 seconds. Let's just start decelerating slowly and see what this does. Okay, it's 1.2. Honestly, this is a really, really good path. So we're pushing it a little bit further out the closest approach, but that's perfectly acceptable. Let's warp to here. Excuse me. It's coming closer. Going further away again. Okay. We are now close enough where we want to zero this out completely. And actually, we don't have to do a full-on approach. We could do just an EVA transfer. Let's get a little bit closer, though. Come on. Almost there. Okay. Can we... Let's clean experiment and let's level up crew. No astronauts are ready to gain experience. That's too bad. I think Valentina should be good enough for a level 2. So it should be right... There we go. So we should be moving pretty good towards it. We're just gonna fast forward a little bit. Okay, we're slowed down. Let's go ahead and cut our relative velocity to 0, and then we're gonna do an EVA transfer from this point in time. Okay, good enough. Switch over. We have just a little piece here. Ugh. Okay. Where is our spacecraft? Where are you? Hello? You're not that far away. Huh. Oh, there we go. So we got the target. We're going to move straight towards it. We're doing a horrible job of moving straight towards it, but we're okay now. The thrusters are aligned. Let's just time warp a little bit. Okay, we're a little bit off, but that's okay. We are still getting closer, and that's all I really care about for the moment. Let's shift this up. Okay. Now let's slow down. Okay. Let's just come straight in here. Got plenty of fuel, so let's slow down. Come down. Getting close. Grab. All right, let's get Valentina just to do a quick EVA because I think this may allow her to level up. Yeah. Level up the crew. Good. So what kind of your scientists? We got 2 pilots. All right. But we have a multiple star pilot, which is what we wanted. Now, to head to Eve. Let's figure this out. Set as target. So we need to slow down, which means our burn is going to need to take place roughly here. Nope. Let's try closer to here. That looks better. How does that take us? Way too strong. Now, there is a little bit of a descending node issue. Let's see if we can adjust the timing just a little scooch and see if that improves. That's not gonna do it. It's amazing how these little tiny adjustments can make all the difference in the world. Okay. So we're fairly close here. Come on. Ooh, we got an encounter. Let's check the periapsis. Okay, that's about the best we're going to get, and we will take it. So, it is going to be another one of my famous long burns. Let's set this at orbital. warp to orbital maneuver. We will need to start this approximately the right time, which will be T-minus 2:55, 56, 56. And go. Periopsis is dropping just a scooch. While we're doing this, we may as well start our research and deploy our antennas. We got our low gain antennas for relatively close in, and our higher gain antennas for reaching all the way back to Kerbal. So we're a little bit off of our optimal burn. That's okay. Important part is to finish close to it. Yeah. Look at how fast we're getting away from this pod. Granted, it doesn't have the distance. We'll kill this pod when we get back to our space station. But we're not going to do that until we get this thing launched and well on its way. Then we'll check up on our other missions, see how they're doing. We may send one to the moon too, because we need a lunar station, kind of. Hopefully this is right. Spot on. Obviously, we're going to be a little bit lower than our maneuver node. That's because we just have this little dinky engine that's pushing this giant spacecraft along, which is a perfectly reasonable way to do things, by the way. Why are we not getting more gravity? Oh, because we haven't collected everything. Let's do that. Check. Keep. So far, so good. So, you happen to have $28 million and want to go on a very short ride to space. Apparently, that's the going rate to go on to space with Jeff Bezos. So, good for him. Okay, we're getting crossing. I mean, we were basically on top of each other before we started this burn. We're already a decent ways away. And we're still just getting started. This IR mission, we need a little bit better of an antenna, which is fine. There's actually somewhat similar spacecraft, Stereo A and B, that are exploring the sun that have the same problem. They were meant to operate relatively close to Earth, and now they're quite a ways from it. They don't work so well on the opposite side of the sun. We can't talk to them at the moment, but someday maybe we'll be able to again. We'll find out. Not quite into high Kerbal orbit, but we're getting there. That's what I get for hitting the button too late, but that's okay. Okay. Up Oasis is starting to very rapidly expand. We're getting into the realm of, well, we had a lunar flyby or two, but they're on the downswing, which is not where we would want them. One of these days I need to learn how to do flyby missions. There's another one. I'm going to cut off the engine once we are going something close to this direction. And then, well, let's start. Keep going. There we go. Okay. We have this. Let's just... Whoops, daisies. Haha. Let's slow it down. It's so nice to be able to just click on the buttons to speed things up or slow them down. Or to point in the right direction, I mean. Okay. 63, 62. 9. Okay, we're there. Deploy all except for the EVA. We're gonna keep. Collect everything. We missed one to check into the science, but that's okay. Deploy everything except for the EVA. Check in. Keep. Collect all. Now I just saw a change in the... 72. I guess this is almost a straight shot. That's interesting. Keep, collect. Gonna get a lot of these, which will be fun. This mission will be worth so much science once we get back. We may not need to do any more science after this, actually. We'll still probably keep it on and just kind of do it. Maybe I'll take off the material bay, it's kind of annoying. But we'll keep the basic ones on. Because why not? Okay, so it's 191 days. Huh. Let's check out the tracking station. We're going to kill a couple of debris missions. This pod can be terminated. I think this one can be. I just want to check. Stack separation. Wow. That's impressive. We still have that. It's really impressive. Okay, that's a terminate. Yeah, this is fine. So we need to check out the Venus roving ship. No, that one. we could send a mission to it to collect a little bit of science, but it's fine. Let's check out Minmus. Make sure that we have all of the science from here that we need, and then we'll go check our Duna mission out. Okay, we're pretty stable. Let's... we don't have much in the way of science. ED monitor, photovoltaics, weather, passive seismometer. That's unpowered. So we're going to send Bill. He's the engineer, so this seems like the right move. We're going to send him out and see if we can fix this stuff. So it's unpowered. We're gonna take the weather analyzer and we're gonna... Can we enable it? No. So we have 2 of these. I think we're gonna pick them up. Can we pick them up? We don't have any spare room, so let's go ahead and take care of that. We don't need a parachute. We're going to pack up our weather experiments because it turns out there's no weather on an airless body. Okay. Pick up part. Still unpowered. This produces 1, this produces 1. ED monitor. Well, there's no science being collected yet. So we're going to take these weather monitors and chuck them back in our bay. Okay. Maybe that will allow us to have these powered. We'll try again in the sunlight and see what happens. You can have your parachute back, I suppose. We're not gonna jet up under the solar panels, though. We're not gonna make that mistake. Nope, nope, nope. Whoopsie daisies. We came pretty close to knocking out an antenna, but that's okay. Let's just gently scoot down. Okay. Okay, we're gonna warp to see some sunlight. Okay, how are these experiments operating now? Still unpowered. So, Bill, get back out there. Avoid the solar panel and the antennas. Okay. Bounce along the surface a bit because it's good humor. Should we stop by Gilly when we head to Eve? Maybe. Gilly's one of the easiest moons to get to. Okay, we made it. So, this thing has no power. Let's go drop off our parachute. And we're going to just take these solar panels and we're going to bring them a little bit closer. Powered now. Sweet! This thing also has some power. So let's go ahead and pick this guy up and we're going to deploy it closer, and then I think these guys will be powered. This thing looks like it's doing much better. Sometimes it just takes an engineer to go properly deploy the solar panels and make sure that all the plugs are plugged in. I think everything is operating as expected. Yeah. Whatever, you don't really need a parachute, buddy. Apparently he does like to bonk his head though, which is fine by me. Okay, cool. So the last update to Kerbal Space Program 1.0 is coming very soon. And we'll see that soon. And then all effort is going to be put on Kerbal Space Program 2. Okay, hopefully this will do. Let's go to our Duna mission. Because I didn't really like the orbit that much it was in. It's a weak, but it's still doable connection. I'm going to bring it in so that way we're not touching the Ike's orbit. Poor Ikey. We do have a fair bit of science, actually. Hang on. Yeah, retrograde. That's what we need. So as soon as we hit this, so right about there, we're going to just bring it down so it's inside of Ikey's orbit. There we go. Okay. It's all good. These guys all seem like they're happy. If I transfer... Well, let's EVA you. And then board. Can we level up? Crew? Okay. Oh, whoa. Shoot. Oh boy. Well, that was dumb. I just did a staging event, which I did not need to do and did not mean to do. Well, shoot. Well, this thing does have enough delta V to make it back. The battery's gonna run low. They're in a fairly high orbit. Let's zero out the speed. So let's set this as our target. We're going to completely, totally zero out the speed. Do you have RCS on here? So I'm going to set the thruster down to basically to like 0.5% if I can do it. There we go. So we will not generate any more power on this. So we need to be a little bit careful. And I'm wasting tons of it. No. We're just going to spin around. I'm not seeing the periapsis. Let's see if we can get a little bit more interesting spin and see our control points. Huh. Well, we now officially have a rescue mission. Holy moly. We get that separated, huh? Let's switch to the other spacecraft. And we're going to set this guy as the target. This guy has basically unlimited power, but it has no ability to steer. Ugh. I don't even have RCS on here. Fudgicles. So I'm just gonna thrust just a scooch towards it. I think we're gonna call this good enough. Yeah, we're gonna have to mess with this a little bit more. Let's give... I don't really want to do that. Let's just warp it and see what happens. Celestial, get out of here. Give you a report, keep and board. Let's turn off this. We actually do have a decent amount of electric charge, but this thing is going to be rough. We probably need a solar panel to do the return trip should we need it. To do thrusting maneuvers. Huh. Well, let's just slow this down. Okay, now we can see our control point, so let's slow this down to absolutely 0. I think we're going to have enough science left. I think we're going to send all of our data and whatnot from... Yeah, there's no other way to do this. Okay, what we're going to do, we'll switch over to this other spacecraft. Just as a safety precaution, we're going to have Bob... Well, he's still doing good science. Let's just warp this along and see what happens. What's the worst that could possibly happen? Oh boy. We're that far away, huh? So we have the debris, that's the separation debris. We have the ship. Okay. We have no choice. We have to do this. Pick up our science, and we're just going to transmit what science we can home and then kill the rest. So we're going to burn like this to get us going in the right direction. Okay, that should get us moving a lot closer together. Jebediah, you're supposed to put a switch on there so you don't accidentally release it like in Apollo 13, the movie. Let's go ahead and push this direction. So this should help us move a little bit closer together, but it's pretty slow still. Got to remember that electricity is my limiting factor, so I'm actually gonna take this control authority and move it way down. So that way we are a little bit less likely to run out of gas. Keep going. There we go. Okay, at this point in time, let's switch to the other ship. Let's just have Bob. EVA, he's gonna take all the data. It's gonna really, hang on, actually bored. Let's have him transmit any science we have left. He's on, why can't we? We have the antenna. Maybe we just can't see Kerbal? We should be able to transmit back. It's only 44 science, though. This kills me. But sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Bob, EVA, and then board. You're on board. Why can't you? Because it doesn't have a command center, I guess. You can't just have a floating lab. Huh. Huh. Well, I did not know that. Alright, well, off you go. Take all the science. Next time, maybe we'll do a redockable system. Where are we? That's just a piece of debris. We are actually very close to that. I'm not seeing it. So the target is... Okay, we're really close. There we go. Let's just let this get closer. Whoop, it's a daisies. That's what I get for time warping way too fast. Okay. We'll go on no more than 3. Okay, good. So let's slow it down. Slow it down. Gimbal lock, no. Okay, let's just face this straight towards it. And then... I hate doing EVA transfers like this. Come on. And then you're basically there. Grab. Board. We'll dump anything that has a dupe, which is gonna just have to do. Let's check our orbital alignment now. And let me check my cheat map as to when the best time is to get back to Duna, from Duna to Kerbal. So Duna will be ahead of Kerbal, and we're behind it. So this is pretty awful. All right, let's just do it. Hang on. Let's go check our Eve flyby and make sure it's not a complete disaster right now. It should be able to transmit some science back. So we're looking for probably about half of a Kerbal year, roughly. When Kerbal is right about here, then we'll be able to go back. These transfer windows are Very real and very annoying. You flyby. Let's fly this one. Clean experiments. Transmit the science. We don't have a ton of it. Deploy everything. Chuck it into our science. Let's clean our experiments up. Okay. That's fine. Let's have Valentina do a little bit of a jolt outside of the spacecraft. EVA report. Keep. And then board you. Yeah. It's fine. Let's let's just warp to here. 38 days. That seems like a good point. See how things are going. We're getting some science from the goo experiments on Minmus. Cool. Let's check our science one more time. Excellent. 60 science. Looks like we've got all of the good stuff. So, yeah. Go check on our Minmus mission and see if we have any new missions that we can do. Let's check the missions first. Repair a satellite. Ooh. That sounds like a really neat mission. We may try this. I'd like to repair the rover, replace any missing parts, and drive it to the target coordinates. Wow. Those are some really interesting missions. We're going to have to try some of those out. But for right now, we don't have... I think we'll try the satellite repair first. So let's see here. The debris, we can trash that. I'll leave the ship, which is really the lab, as a reminder of horrible stuff. So let's check out Minmus Station. Okay. Just gonna transmit some science here. When we're in range. Yeah. I'm not going to do it at night, though, either. As soon as we start to see some light, I'm going to play. It's taking a little while. Okay, we still have transmit, so transmit. Good. Excellent, we got our science. How's the data load? We are starting to have significantly less data, but that's okay. The mission can still stick around for a while. Let's do this. Why not? A satellite repair mission is Repair the satellite. Check. Detect 2 infrared. Achieve an orbit. So we have to put this in a specific orbit and detect 2 comets. The pay is not that great. Yeah. But we're going to try the satellite mission. It'd be really nice if we could do a space plane, but I am not feeling up to it. Let's design this one. This is just a simple orbital. 3. And the 3 is for 3 crew. Although I could just send a command pod. Well, a simple command pod with an engineer, maybe. Yeah, we'll go ahead and send 3. It's what we're used to. No sense in doing too much. We can send some scientists or something. We don't actually have any Kerbals here. Huh. We may have to draft some Kerbals. Or send our ones home from Minmus. They're all over the place, our Kerbals. Don't save. Let's draft some Kerbals, I think. Yeah. Actually, hang on. Let's see if I can remember. Draft an engineer. Well, I guess we don't have anyone talking, so that's not going to happen. That's a pity. Let's just go ahead and take one from here. 1 engineer, 1 pilot. I'll put the heat shield even though it's not really that important. It's just a habit at this point in time. It'll occasionally get you out of a big sticky mess. So we've got the decoupler. We need... This is going to be docking with the satellite, so that's kind of a big deal. Cargo will be only the fix-it kit. We'll put 2 of them on. Don't know that it really matters, but why not? We will put at least a gravity detector. We'll put just some basic science on here, just because it may be helpful. But the gravity detector will probably be more likely to be useful because we don't have a lot of those. Where are you, gravity? There we go. Good, good, good. Let's put a solar panel. We're not going to need a ton, but we'll put 1 solar panel on here just in case. We'll try not to cover the vents. It doesn't really matter, I know, but yeah. So we're just going to put a fairly small, whatever the smallest of the right diameter. This is 16, 64, 32, 8. Good. Put an 8, and we'll put just a little dinky engine. Let's go with the Terrier, because I like Terriers. Let's put some thrust blocks. We'll put 4. It'll be fine. I mean, this is tons of Delta V. We really just need a small booster at this point in time to get us the rest of the way. And we'll have plenty of fuel to do all kinds of cool stuff. So let's put a decoupler in. And then I'm going to put a largest Rocco Max tank. And then at the bottom here, we're going to put... it doesn't need to be too powerful. Will the swivel engine do? No, I didn't think so. We need something about twice as powerful, so we're looking for maybe 400-ish. Bobcat might be good. Well, we actually need more fuel. So we're going to need something significantly more powerful. Will Skipper do? No. Next level up. What's a jet engine? Poodle. Mainsail's overkill. Kodiak? That's a fairly weak one. So mainsail's 1,000. Looking for more like 700. You know, we'll use mainsail if we have to, but I'd rather not. Let's put it by cost and we'll just... The Rhino engine is strictly worse than the mainsail, maybe? I don't know. Twin bore. That's still way overkill. Mainsail. Not nerve. Not a solid. Maston? Maybe. Then it goes down to Skipper, which is not powerful enough. So, Maston it is. That will do. Yep, the first stage will basically get us to orbit, and then we have plenty. Simple orbital 3. Nothing too fancy really required. Let's check the crew. And we have 2 crew available. Let's launch it. It's getting a gravity scan, but I know we've already done this. So let's see if we can find this satellite that we're supposed to repair. Where are you? We did take that mission, didn't we? Maybe we failed to. Okay. Well, we're going to revert this flight to the vehicle assembly because we just rolled out the rocket, didn't actually do anything. Let's leave this building. We're going to look at the mission control. Okay, we do have a repair a satellite. We do have that mission. See if we can find it. Minmus roving ship. Ooh! It's way out there. So I'm glad we have more fuel. This will be fine. We still have plenty of fuel to get there and back. Simple orbital 3. Let's launch this bucket. So what we're doing right now is we're rescuing a satellite. I'm going to try to fix one. I've never done one of these missions before, so this will be exciting. It's nice to have a little bit higher thrust to weight ratio. And a much more stable spacecraft. Holy moly. Sometimes it's nice not to ultra optimize spacecraft. When you're just going for orbital, they're nice and simple. Okay, we can go to maybe about here. 6,000, we can level it out some more. How's our... Yeah, we can go to 45 at this point in time. Even here, we're fine. 31, 30, yeah, we need to raise it up a bit. There we go, that's better. Keep going down. We're just going to try and trace this prograde vector here. I'm going to see if we can make it to orbit with this first stage. I think we probably can. Honestly, I'm going to let this... We have a lot more control authority when we're thrusting. I think we kind of need it too. Okay. Let's go full horizontal. Ooh, we're nice and glowy now. Let's just wait. We're basically outside of the atmosphere. This engine is overkill. That's what it comes down to, which is kind of nice sometimes. Once we hit space, yeah, we have so much fuel as always. Okay, so this is our target space. No, this guy. We're just gonna warp to our apoapsis here. We're gonna roughly circularize the orbit. Okay. Actually, we're in a good spot to hit this part. Yeah, let's do this. Oh wait, this one's basically circularized, so it doesn't really matter. Leaving a big giant rocket in orbit, which is always really great. It is a little bit elliptical, but this will be okay. So we're gonna just keep going until we touch the orbit. That's what we're looking for, is connection. Ooh. We should have fired. We have vegetables. I think I'm gonna do a moon flyby maybe to try to adjust this. Whoa. Hang on. So we're getting further away, which is not really what we want. Can we... Let's just get like right here, a few minutes out, and let's see if we can use the moon to adjust our plane to be more in line. Let's make sure I'm lining this up with the right spacecraft right there. Oh, there's way too much clutter here. Let's bring this down. I think that looks good. No, I'm lining that up on the moon. We wanted to line it up on this one right here. Good, good. Right there. So is that purple? I'm looking for the green one to be, yeah, that'll do. So let's go ahead and line up. Okay. Warp ahead a bit. Whoop. That was almost a mini disaster, but that's okay. I'm not lined up with the moon, am I? Darn. Fine, we're gonna just do this the more Delta V intense way. Hang on. What? I'm confused. No. Hang on. First of all, let's warp past the ascending node. I think that will help. Now, right at the descending node, add a maneuver. Oh, we have a lunar flyby. We do have one. Hang on. What? Oh, okay, I get it. Let's do this. No. None of this is going in the right direction. Screw it. We're just gonna wait until after our lunar flyby, because it will adjust us, I think, in kind of the right direction. It raises our periapsis. Let's see if we can just adjust this a little bit to kind of get closer. Oh, we can actually make some fairly close approaches to this. No, we really can't. Okay, what's our descending node there? It's pretty high, but this is kind of... I actually dig this. This will work quite nicely. So this will bring us with a higher orbit, and it'll allow us to correct our position a little bit easier. Okay, let's just warp ahead. And doesn't matter that much. This is fine. Okay, now we're going to hit the descending node, and we're going to add a maneuver here that will totally level out everything. It's going to be a pretty slow maneuver. That'll be fine. Let's try in a little bit, out. I'm gonna see if I can make this line up with this particular point. Now, we're going to limit this, strictly speaking, to just a maneuver to get the inclination better. And then we will burn out too. Yeah, I keep changing my mind. I know, I'm sorry. One of the perks of the... Oh. Right there. That's pretty good. Okay, we're going to do this. Burn. Oh, we have to warp past the moon first. So we're going to warp to the moon. We'll do a little bit of stuff when we're around the moon. May as well. Get our science and whatnot. Get some EVAs in. Really? Let's get our engineer out just to say they done did it. Okay, let's keep warping ahead. Warp to the next maneuver. It's a 15-second burn. It doesn't have to be done exactly there. So we'll just go ahead and do it now. Let's just see if we can get these a little bit closer. Okay, that's not horrible. Let's add a maneuver here. Yeah. What shelter do we have? Plenty. Let's right here we're crossing. It's a little bit too much of a burn. Let's just... I don't know. I think more of an adjustment here. And what's our sending node is still way high. So let's kill this descending node here when it's the optimal time to do so. I think if we do that, then it will... Yeah, look at that already. I'm gonna try to line it up right here. Right there, perfect. Okay. This one does need to happen at the right moment. Yeah, maybe not down to the second. So this will be fine, actually. We'll just keep burning this until our ascending node is closer to where we're targeting. I went too far. Oh, daggum. It's only just a gentle burn. Oh, I didn't go far enough. Never mind. What am I doing? Four, 3, 2. Okay. Now we've got a closer point. Let's see if we can do some adjustment here. Whoa, we had a really close pass here. 13. Okay, so I'm just gonna warp here and we're gonna do a tiny deceleration burn. It should be good enough to get us right lined up. Wow, lots of people on. Not that direction. Here we go. How's our battery power? We do have plenty. One solar panel is enough. Let's warp to here. That was too much, I think. Oh yeah, just a scooch. Yeah, let's do it. Let's warp to right about here. And then we're going to turn target on and just lower it down to 0 once we get close. I think we're at the standard approach at this point in time. Okay, how long until there? 1 hour. That's way too long. Let's get this down to something more manageable. So we do need to slow down, but we're going to slow down like here. How long? 6 minutes. Let's warp to about here. Okay. Let's keep going. Push it a little bit more. Lined up. Good. Now 7 minutes, so we're going to warp to here. And then we're going to try to slow this down to basically 0. Keep going. Keep it going. There we go. 2 minutes. Excellent. Okay, let's slow the speed down to... We should be able to see it at this point in time. Yeah. Let's get a little bit closer. I'm not going to try to exactly get this right. I don't know how these missions go yet. We'll find out. Okay. Slow it down. Excellent. Engineer, EVA, go. You need to drop off your parachute and exchange it for an EVA repair kit. Let go. Should be pretty easy. Because we're in high orbit, so it really doesn't take much. Okay, let's just warp ahead a little bit. Looking good. We'll adjust our velocity. Come on. I hope I don't have to have a more experienced engineer to fix stuff. I didn't even consider that. Huh. Well, we'll find out. Okay, we are close. 2 kits required. Oh boy. You have to have more experience and you're gonna need more kits. Huh. Well, we'll have the experience from this mission once we get home. So 2 kits is going to be kind of annoying. We may need to bring a lot of kits. But now we know what we need to do at least. We kind of did a lunar flyby. We don't have a lot of time to fix this. Looking good. Come down and grab and board. Well, change it off target. We're just gonna slow us down. From right here is good enough. Keep going until we re-enter and then call it good. This was a pathfinding mission and we found a path. Oh, yeah, too much. Need a little bit more speed. It's just too much clutter here. $35 will work perfectly. Okay, so we'll just warp. We'll get this guy home. Always takes so long to fall back to Kerbin. Let's ditch our stage here. Should be a piece of cake to get this re-entry. And then we'll go check on our 3 missions that we have going to interesting places. Now that we have a more experienced engineer, maybe we'll... I think we're going to take the Minmus mission back. We'll bring a 2-star engineer. Maybe even a grappling hook. We are definitely going to land at this point in time. This is a nearly flawless re-entry trajectory. Beautiful. Well done. Caffrey, I salute you. And now it's just fast forward down to the ground. Looks like grasslands? Maybe highlands? Probably highlands. Don't know if we'll get anything too terribly interesting out of here. Yeah, highlands. You have a parachute. EVA report. Keep and board. We have the science experiment, but that's not really gonna cut it. Heat shield blew up? I don't know. Let's just make sure that we have a sample. Yeah, didn't get much, but that's okay. Recover the vessel, and we'll just have wasted some cash, but we got some experience, so that's worth something, right? I think it's time to get Minmus mission home. So let's see here. Let's just check the... Duna needs to be ahead of Kerbin, and we're not anywhere near there. So we're nowhere near coming home yet. Let's check our Eve flyby is making progress. It's kind of close. Let's go ahead and check in on it just to send home the science, and we're going to send home Minmus, and I think that may be all we do for tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go ahead and just transmit the science home. 29, yeah. Not too much. We're getting there slowly with the science. But I think it's going to be more exciting to bring home the Minmus mission than just have it keep sitting there for forever. So, Minmus Station, you are coming home. I'm going to keep doing science until we re-enter. But before we do this, let's have Bill. You're going to get out here. You're gonna just transfer the science over. That may be stuck on here. Take the data. I love the sound comes through even though sound does not go in space. Board, dump anything that's duplicate. Let's go ahead and launch. Get some stability control going. I think we need to go a little bit higher. We're probably good now. Okay. Now we just need to burn at a deceleration direction, which probably is right about here. Let's nope. Okay, so we're gonna warp to about here. We're gonna set a prograde, burn, and then burn, baby, burn. Can transmit the science. Not enough electric charge. Are we that low? We really are, and this is actually pretty bad. Okay, that should be good enough. Let's get our maneuver going around here. Let's see. Let's try more like this. That's better. Get the nice, yeah, that'll do. So let's go ahead and hit it. Warp to the maneuver node. Still a decently long burn. I'll just burn along the prograde. Let's warp forward a little bit. We need to burn at about 20. 1, fire. And then we'll have successfully returned our longest duration mission thus far. This is only a small scale compared to the Duna mission, but it is still something. Keep going. Keep going. Let's go a little bit slower. We want to get this down to right around 35. There we go. This will do. Do we have power now? Yes, we do. So we're going to transmit our science. Get all of that lovely, juicy, juicy science. So we're going to keep going until maybe about here. So we still got 8 more days of science. Then we're going to transmit that science. We're going to transfer the scientists over, hopefully in the last hour or so. Oh, this guy. Oh, it's damaged. Yeah, that's interesting that it has stuff. How long until our periapsis? 39 minutes. Now we can do better. 39 more minutes of science. Okay, let's stop. Maneuvering's okay. Let's transmit the science that we got. And then we're going to transfer our scientist to here. And then let's stage. We actually did not need this stage, which is interesting. I think I actually do want to get away from here. Well, whoops. Okay, prograde, and we'll just hope we don't hit anything. We should be fine. Good. We skipped a part of the re-entry process, which I'm okay with. Just go ahead and do a normal re-entry. We have some debris that is all going to be crashing down here. See if we can figure out where we're going to land. Oh, we're actually going to be pretty close to the Kerbal Space Center. Maybe we'll land in these mountains. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. We're in some highlands. We don't have any science on board though, so the mountains will only get us a basic thing, even if we do happen to land in there. We're going to be really close to the KSC though, which is kind of nice. Hopefully all this other stuff deorbits. Yeah, it will. So let's see, the KSC should be right around here. These are the nice mountains that are close by. I wonder if we can adjust our position much. Probably not. If I knew how to fly these things, we probably could. Oh, we have a little antenna on there. I forgot about that. So it looks like we're going to hit the ocean after all. Be pretty close to this island. That'd be kind of fun to hit, but we're not gonna. Okay. Let's set this pressure down to like 500, just because I know we can get away with it. Excuse me. Whew. Always makes me a little bit nervous. Excellent. Recover this vessel. And let's see how much science we get. Bet you it's a lot. Like probably 2,000. That's my guess. Let's see how close I am. 1,400? Oh. 1,000 is much closer. Oh well. It's not bad. We did get a lot of really good stuff though. And we got a lot of 2 stars. Excellent. So yeah, we're gonna have to I would be more willing to try this on Minmus. Okay. We're going to try to rescue the satellite again next time and then check up on our missions. It's going to be a little while, but hopefully we can get back from Duna at least and get to Eve. I think we can do both of those next time. So that's going to be our 3 goals for the duration. Barely have contact there. Oof, that's rough. It's Eve flyby though. It will intersect right around here. So it's still got plenty of time. And we still need to get almost 1 full orbit before we can go home. But that's all right. Thanks guys for joining me. Until next time, keep on tracking. Take care.